Welcome to the new app session, and you're going to experience a new energy today. Before we get into the app session, let us start our session with the invocation. Please close your eyes. Who we are. We are a team, talented, energetic, astonishing minds. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to each other. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? We should be driven by our goals, not by egos. We can do it, we will do it. Let us not hope for the best. Let us be the best. This is who we are. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining today's session. So, by now, you might be, I did share you the sneak leak. I don't know how many of you were able to guess what today's session would be. So let me start the session by presenting. So this is our new obsession titled Young and Future. So in this obsession, we are going to discuss something different. Like like last Sunday we were discussing about the overwhelming conversation, like how we are feeling overwhelmed with the new technologies coming in and everything, right? So this obsession is something for all of us to come together to really understand and discuss things from the basics and really become comfortable to that future we all are going to be part of. And the young here is represents the excitement we have towards the future. It is not just the overwhelming feeling we do feel overwhelmed, but I feel we should all always be excited about the future, and that's how we can be part of it, accept it, and really create a better future for all of us. And here comes the new obsession titled Young and Future, where young is to be curious. It's not based on the age, it's about being curious. And we talk here about the how we should be curious and try to understand what we are going to experience in the future, and we all should be excited about this, right? So this is about the new obsession, and this obsession would really be different. And I definitely think a lot of like i'll I'll invest, and we will the team will invest so much into bringing in many real time or connectable examples for all of us, which will really help us understand things normally instead of becoming overwhelmed. I definitely think this obsession would bring you close to the future and help you in the help you reduce your overwhelming feeling. To begin with, I would like to start with, so this most of the sessions would be from the first principles approach or first principle thinking. What is this first principle thinking? We, I guess most of you might have heard about this. So how many of you heard about first principles thinking? Just raise your hands. I will not ask you to talk about it. Okay, Chandu. Triveni. Amulya, Ashrita, Vivikta, Sangeeta, Abhi, Vineet. We talk
Hello.
about this. Yeah, Vineet.
Anna, చెప్పండి అన్న, I'm in traffic right now. Contact right now. I'll talk you later.
No, no, no. My question is like, did you hear about first principles earlier? If so, raise your hand and question. Done. Super. So most of you heard, right? So I know we all heard about it. Sometimes it is clear, sometimes it's not very clear. So I would like to put forward how I see first principles is and what I understood from the readings I had for the last couple of hours back. So we also hear about reverse engineering. So I got this question like, what is reverse engineering? What is first principles? Are they same or different? So people say, right? So like, if you want to learn something, try reverse engineering. That will work. And nowadays, like we are hearing about first principles. I think for me, I heard from Elon Musk regarding first principles. So there is this golden circle which is at the right side of the slide you see. So this golden circle was introduced by Simon Sinek. And basically what is this golden circle is like, you see the what in the outer circle, and when you go inside it is how and why, right? So this golden circle says that uh, the bigger circle is what. So most of them, most of the companies in this world know what they do. So, and so it is in the bigger circle. And when you go closer, how they do it. So very, there are few, there are less than the many companies who know that how they do it. And there are very few companies who know why they do it. So it can be any example, like suppose say any software company, like they know what they are doing, most of the companies, but the way they make it happen, very few might know how they do it. And why are they doing it is some question many of them ask, maybe very few of them know. So that is kind of a vision which drives most of us, right? So coming to how we can understand the first principles thinking and reverse engineering with this uh, golden circle, I think is, and I understood is, when you see reverse engineering, it helps us question things and go from like, suppose say Vineet is here, so he wants to like he saw a problem in this world, something like car is there is a huge pollution being created by the petroleum based cars. So that is what he observed, right? So he understand what is the problem. And Next, the question is like how to solve it. So he this is a problem solving approach we can think of. Like then comes like why he wants to, how to, how is that happening, why is that, and eventually you go to there like how how is how does that particular petrol based car works, and how can we really really be able to bring in some technology which will help us replace that replace that reduce the pollution, right? So reverse engineering just goes to how to do it, but the first principles thinking is something which goes beyond how. So in the first principles thinking, we we question things. The both of them, we start with questioning and understanding, identifying the problem. So in the first principles thinking, you understand what it is like, and you observe what it is, and then you see how people are doing it, and eventually you go to the extent like why is that being done, and why should it be done. And that brings a lot of these questions. These three questions are really looked at like, if we know these questions, we are almost there to solve any problem we are going to work on. So we are going to look at about any technology. Like we'll start with what is the technology and everything, and eventually we go to extent like how people do it and why are they doing it. So that's how we, I think we, when we observe that kind of uh, journey, we would bring that ideology, or we will bring practice those in our future, and that makes us become more comfortable. Like most of the leaders, I believe, why they have the driving is like they know why they are doing. So we all want to become leaders, right? So I believe when we are developing this kind of understanding, like why is something done, we will eventually be not reduce our overwhelm feeling, right? So this is about first principles thinking and reverse engineering. So this week topic I would like to start is with quantum computing. I know it looks a bit complex word, but how many of you heard about quantum computing? Can you raise your hand? Perfect, Vinit. And then nice. Good, Triveni. Sangeeta,
Yes, Miss Danna.
did you hear about quantum computing?
I hear the word quantum computing, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, if you heard about it, just raise your hand.
Yeah, no.
You don't need to answer every question of mine. Yeah, nice. So many of you heard, right? Actually, last Sunday, my message had this quantum computing message, like word word in it. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So you know what it is. So you know that there exists quantum computing, right? So we might be confused, like what is quantum, what is computing. We all, many times we all always have these questions, and we keep them with ourselves because maybe because we are busy at that time or something like that. So eventually unless it is very important or someone asks us in a homework or it comes for an exam, we don't really spend much time in understanding. Sometimes we do, but yeah. So I was also curious to know more about quantum computing, because I believe, like, I'm taking few courses regarding quantum mechanics, and I was confused, like, what is this quantum mechanics or quantum computing? So what? So there are many. So I don't know how many of you heard about supercomputers. So how many of you heard about supercomputers? Good, Vivikta. I won't ask you any questions. Did you hear about quantum supercomputers? That's just the question. Okay, good. No, it's not video games. So you have, so basically, like, we have computers, right? Which are laptops we use. They have some processor. So supercomputers are something like who. So your computer is able to do some jobs. So most of you might have experienced this. Sometimes uh, maybe Vivikta can connect with it a lot, because sometimes her laptop gets frozen. So here computer can do tasks for an extent, like, because of its capacity. So supercomputers is something like it has more processes, like 10 computers processes are combined together and kept in one computer, something like that. So you can, oh, nice. So something like that. So it's actually normal. It's actually a computer with 10 times the power of the normal computer, or it depends on the capacity. So that is something about supercomputer. And let us understand what is quantum computer. I was looking at different videos and I felt this would pretty much give us more
Tower
understanding.
climbers wanted. Join Patriot Towers in advancing the 5G network and build a lifelong career.
Dave and Ryan are
Okay, listen carefully. He explains it pretty good.
Dave and Ryan are two computer engineers and best friends who decide to play the game of flip the coin on Dave's computer, with the computer being the opponent, and Ryan decides to observe his game. The computer plays the first move, but Dave doesn't know what it was, either heads or tails. Now on his turn, he can either choose to flip the coin or not. And similarly, even if his results will not be revealed to the computer. Now, again, the turn goes to the computer, and after playing a few rounds, the computer reveals the result. While observing all this, Ryan says, "Hey, do you know that there is only a 50% chance that either of you will win?" Dave got curious. He asked how he knew. Ryan explained that it's a computer, and he just tried to analyze its moves. But suddenly, he says, "What are your chances if you play the same game on quantum computer?" Dave was confused and asked, "What is a quantum computer, and how is it different?" Quantum computers are advanced machines inspired by quantum physics, a study of the behavior of atoms and particles. So, quantum computers operate by studying and controlling the behavior of these particles, which in a way completely is different from our regular computers or even supercomputers. It is an upgraded and powerful version of these computers, but not exactly the next generation computers. Like bikes, you cannot build a better bike just by building and adding more and more cycles together, although they both share almost the same functioning. Dave further questions, how does it work? Ryan comes forward and explains to Dave that while playing Flip the Coin, his computer took heads and tails as bits of 0 and 1, and depends on only these two results. While the quantum computer, on the other hand, will also have these possibilities, including a possibility of a mixture of both heads and tails, like 0 and 1, for example, with some portion of 0 and some portion of 1. And due to this fluid possibility, it increases the chances of you losing the game. Because whether you choose to flip the coin or not, the outcome will still be there between both possibilities. Just like a mixture of lemon juice and water, even though the portion of lemon juice is very little in that mixture, you can't say that it is not there. This property of superposition and entanglement of quantum physics empowers quantum computers to handle operations at speeds that are orders of magnitude faster than traditional computers, while using a fraction of the energy. Upon understanding this, Dave was mesmerized by the concept of quantum computers. Quantum computers aims to revolutionize more future quantum technologies. And just like other transformations around the world, quantum computers have the potential to impact our lives in so many ways, like our security needs, healthcare needs, etc. For example, it can be used to create private keys for encrypting messages from one location to another. It can be difficult for people with ulterior motives to copy the key of quantum uncertainty. This type of unique and unbreakable encryption is already tested by banks and companies like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Barclays, etc. It can be used in the medicinal world, as it will be easier for quantum computers to study each property of atoms and molecules, as it works on a similar concept. So, here is a question for you. What makes quantum computers over 17 billion devices globally? Quantum computers are the future of our coming generations. Although it is still under research work, it is still taking over the technology and the business world. Companies like Google and Microsoft are competing to build quantum computing tools. This progress could allow some of the benefits and insights of quantum computation to be realized long before the search for a large-scale, error-corrected quantum computer is complete. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a thumbs up would
How many of you understood about quantum computing with this? I know it did not really explain well, right? So, Shaman sir?
Actually, go ahead. I'll talk about this later. Okay.
Okay. So, I know it was a bit complex to simply tell, like, sorry. So, this is another video which explains you some part of quantum computing, which will help you understand why it can do things faster. So basically, a computer is like it works on zeros and ones. I don't know how many of you know. I'm talking with you in English, right? So this is how I communicate. So computer takes the information as zeros and ones. So a normal computer, so this is a basic thing. So I hope you understood that computer takes information as zeros and ones. I think we all heard about this in our classes. So look at this video, small part of video, you'll understand how quantum computer works and how is it better.
In normal computers, bits are the smallest units of information. Quantum computers use qubits, which can also be set to one of two values. A qubit can be any two-level quantum system, such as a spin in a magnetic field or a single photon. 0 and 1 are this system's possible states, like the photon's horizontal or vertical polarization. In the quantum world, the qubit doesn't have to be in just one of those, it can be in any proportions of both states at once. This is called superposition. But as soon as you test its value, say by sending the photon through a filter, it has to decide to be either vertically or horizontally polarized. So as long as it's unobserved, the qubit is in a superposition of probabilities for 0 and 1, and you can't predict which it will be. But the instant you measure it, it collapses into one of the definite states. Superposition is a game changer. 4 classical bits can be in one of 2 to the power of 4 different configurations at a time. That's 16 possible combinations, out of which you can use just one. 4 qubits in superposition, however, can be in all of those 16 combinations at once. This number grows exponentially with each extra qubit. 20 of them can already store 1,000,000 values in parallel. A really weird and
At least I hope you understood this. So zeros and ones is how normal computer works. But in quantum computers, it can exist in zeros and ones or anything. Like, it's not very fixed. So you'll have many options to do. And that's how it is able to do multiple things. As you see, like, as you see in the video, that is what he explained. So let's get down to the normal thoughts. Let's not complicate this anymore. Okay, Google Drive. How many of you know Google Drive? Good. Wow, many of you know. Okay. So this is a basic question. Please don't worry about it. Why you use Google Drive?
To store data.
To store data. Okay, good answer. More questions, more answers.
To access data from anywhere.
Wonderful, sir. More answers.
And also to store large data, like in terms of GB, more GB.
Why you want to store in Google Drive?
Not storage. Yes, Shamantar mentioned, like to access the large.
You'll have a phone, so you can store in your phone, right? Why are you using Google Drive?
So we can phone is lost. I mean, you want your pictures or files. You store it in Google Drive. You can access it from any other device, right?
Okay, got you, Triveni. Sirisha?
Yes, sir. Same what Trivenika said. Can you if we lost our phone, we can by through our mail and password we can log in from any device, and we can access our data.
Okay, so where is this data being stored? It's not on your phone or it's not on your computer, and we are able to access it with internet. And where is this information stored? Yeah, Vivek.
I don't know if this is right, but I think there are servers, yes, Google servers where it is being stored, like those big stacks of some electronic devices. I don't know what even what do we even call them? But yeah, servers.
Yeah. Shawan sir, thank you.
Just now, Vineet worked on moving the server farm. It is similar to that.
Okay. Yes, sir. Any more thoughts? Wonderful. So let me put it why I wanted to ask this question, to bring us close to how we use this virtual storage things or access to something which we don't have. So supercomputers and quantum computers are very similar. We don't have enough storage space or something, so we are using Google Drive or something to store. Similarly, our computer can't run a job which takes hours together to run. So we use quantum or supercomputers which are able to do that particular job in seconds and minutes. So I know you might not clearly understand what is a job or something like that, but for now, understand that like you have limits for your storage in your device, you are using something which has more storage capacity, so you're using it. Supercomputers and quantum computers are very similar. Like, you don't have the capacity to run something faster, so you are using some external, connecting to some external device or some computer which is able to do fasting. So this is something. Now we are going to the ground. So we went to what is quantum computing, and let's go closer to it. Yes, Vivikta. Suppose say you can do integration or some mathematical calculations in your phone and laptop, right? So if there are, like, I can't actually explain you in simple words because I don't want to complicate too. So it's something like so many calculations you want to do, and your computer is unable to do it. I'll explain with time what are those to make us all comfortable. But for now, this is what it is. And now, what is this? You see what is in the picture? Yeah, wonderful. With the traffic. Okay. Can someone see something different out of this? Jammed. Good, Viji. Yeah. That's a Mumbai place. Okay. Okay. So traffic, right? Lorry in the traffic. Nice, Vinny. Nice observation. So you see traffic. How many of you felt irritated in being trafficked? Okay. Vivikta, do you have anything to ask, or you raised?
I just had another observation. In the first picture, we have like two-wheelers too in the traffic, but in the second picture, there are actually no two-wheelers. And this is like, second picture is a bit organized, I feel.
Good observation. I didn't even observe that. So now I see most of them feel that traffic is irritating. Like, so this is a problem for all of us. So we need to find a solution, right? Shouldn't we do that? So with increasing in population, we'll have more vehicles. We'll have the same road, more vehicles. How are we going to address this problem? Can we use quantum computer here? Get some ideas, like how can we use current technology to, I just need few thoughts. Like, do you think computers can help us solve this problem? Shaman sir, I want you to be hold because I know you might answer. Triveni, go ahead.
Yes, Samir, thank you for the question. I mean, maybe some sensors on the roads which detects, there is more traffic in this route. You might, I mean, you can take other route. We can
Yes.
develop some system in which it predicts, or based on the data, it might predict, or it can. I mean, we can develop some system which can predict the traffic, can give us suggestions based on it to take some less traffic routes.
Okay. And Srivijji shared, by data analysis, we will know where traffic is. We can avoid that road, find other routes. Okay. Good.
And the same answer as Triveni Akhtar said.
Okay. Any new ideas? Any new ideas to solve our problem we are facing?
And now only with computers need to solve and like.
How can computers help us solve this problem? How you think? Or any solution?
Yeah, and we can use systems for to measure the roads and like at a per cubic meter ఇన్ని వెహికల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఈ థింగ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఈ రోడ్ లో ఓన్లీ 2 వీలర్స్ వెళ్ళాలి, ఈ రోడ్ లో 3 వీలర్స్ వెళ్తేనే 4 వీలర్స్ వెళ్తేనే బెటర్, అట్లా దేనికి దానికి
Good thoughts, Tarun. So I did see, like, here when I recently visited New York, and when I visited New York, I see that there are lanes for bus. So bus will go in this lane. That's it. You can't go in that lane. So that reduces traffic, maybe. Yeah, but still New York has traffic. And building metro lines, right? The public transportation. So I want us to think, we have solutions for it. So we need to apply it, right? So I want to now present one of the solutions we already have. Google Map. Like, when you want to go to some place, it shows us, like you see in the picture there, it is showing you red color, right? So with the data it has, real-time data it has, because of several devices using the Google Maps, it is able to tell, like, the traffic here in this area is much, so you can choose some other option. It does tell now. And we all want, again, we should always go and click. And I mean, when we want to go to specific place, we definitely would like to use Google Maps, right? And how does Google Map tell this traffic updates? And imagine, like, this is from my phone. It is interesting, right? I just created that screenshot. Mobile sensor. Okay, mobile sensor. Yeah. So here it is taking that location data or many devices things. Something it is doing, right? So it is so fast. Like, if you click on, like, Ocean Park, it gives you the distance it is from your place, and at the same time it gives you the time. At the same time it gives you how is the traffic, and where it would be, it would take you more time, so you can choose. So there are three different ways here, right, for going. So this has a way, this has a route, this may be more distance, but still it might not have traffic. So now I want you to imagine, how can we use quantum computing to really make it faster? So how many of you heard about IoT? Oh, no. Oh, nice. Good number of people know. So IoT, from my understanding, is Internet of Things, where, like, humans interact with each other, with internet, the devices which are connected with internet have communicate with each other. So this is a simple way of how I perceive IoT is. And now what I would like to imagine is like, this is the access of the data. The Google Maps is able to use this data, real-time data, and is able to process, right? So as we heard, quantum computer has the ability to run it faster. So you will be able to predict things more faster, like how it can take the data of, this is not just the, when you see this is not just the real-time data. It even brings, I guess, from the learnings, like how, so it has the data of geographical data, like of Hyderabad map, and that's how it's based on that. It is able to, even though you don't have an internet, if you have maps downloaded offline, you can go to some, you can put directions. So that is how it works. So what I would like all of us to imagine is, can we bring in IoT and quantum? And how many of you heard about self-driving cars? Self-driving cars. So imagine the synergy of quantum, IoT, and the self-driving cars. So you would, I think with this kind of access to the computational power, we would be able to find the best route to go, and you don't really have to bother, like you need not think much. Just sit in your car, it takes you where it uses the best possible information you have. And yes, Vijay, it uses the best information you have, and you can just sleep and wake up before, like, by the time you reach that place. So this is how the quantum computer is going to impact our lives. This will make our life better. And let's go to the next thing. So weather forecast. How many of you heard that it will rain the next hour, and you don't, like next hour or tomorrow, and you did not see the rain for the next 2 weeks? Good, Vivikta, you saw. Abhi, PG, Sirisha, Tarun, nice. Sangi, good. So why is this good, Vinith? Why the weather forecast always go wrong? Like, not always, like often. There are times like when sometimes by luck or something like that, we tend to we tend to see the match between the prediction and the possibility, right? So with quantum computers, I believe we will be able to better forecast, like be able to predict the weather better, which will help us really well. I don't know, so here I use the weather app very often. It does most of the times work, but sometimes it doesn't work. Like it says it will rain at 4, and we don't see rain at 4 also. So there will be slight change, but I use the weather app very often because here my weather is very weird. It rains at any time. It rained yesterday. Why I don't know. It rained almost around 6 or 7 p.m. when I was about to start to my home. I had to stay back. So this, yes, Vijay. So this is also a problem we all are facing. There is some prediction, which is prediction again. So which always seems to be a wrong prediction or something like that. So we need, this is a problem for all of us. Suppose say you want to go and play cricket outside and you don't know whether it will rain or not, and you have to travel some miles or kilometers away from your home. So you want to know, right? Will it rain or not? Because maybe it's a weekend. You want to enjoy that weekend by playing cricket with your friends. So quantum computers will be able to predict, but with its capabilities, and help us predict the weather well. And that really helps us with the way I was explaining. And now the sneak leak time. What is the sneak leak? WhatsApp encryption. How many of you saw this WhatsApp encryption in your WhatsApp? Oh, I thought I'm the only one who knows about this, but many people know. Wow. Privacy. Privacy is something we all are concerned about when we use anything. Like Facebook, we all know how most of them got transitioned into Instagram because of its ability to keep things private. Like that privacy thing really helped many of them choose Instagram to Facebook. Facebook still has that possibility, and sometimes we knowingly or unknowingly give access to our information, and eventually we get feeds based on that information which it takes. So we are all concerned about the privacy, and it is very critical. And in this era where we are all seeing how cyber attacks are being done or cyber crimes are being done, so we all are concerned about privacy because we are in this era of internet. We're using mobile phones or anything too much or so much that we are very dependent on it. So our information is much on it. We want to have this privacy there. So what is WhatsApp encryption? So WhatsApp introduced this thing. I don't know who introduced or something like that, but WhatsApp, we know that WhatsApp uses encryption or something like that because it says that it uses, right? So what is encryption? When I looked at WhatsApp, it told like end-to-end encryption keeps your personal messages and calls between you and the person you choose. Not even WhatsApp can read or listen to them. So it includes so many things. So how is this relevant to us? So it is helping us have protect our privacy, right? And now what can quantum do here? Any answers? You know? I also used to not know. Any answers?
Sorry, what was your question, Nikhil?
how can quantum help us like in this encryption or something like that, like in the privacy?
Okay, okay. You shall I take a shall I try to answer it?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes.
Probably Sunita will be able to answer it very much better
Yes,
because she
yes,
worked
yes.
in that area.
Yeah, I know.
Don't know. So what I'm thinking is right now there is like Sunita, one second. I'll talk to Sunita. Maybe she wants to answer it.
Yeah, Sunita man's PhD is something in that area. I think we call it some crypto, not crypto. Cryptography. Any thoughts on privacy? Any challenges you are facing which we can help? Yeah, Vijay.
Actually, I don't know. Whatever I understood and whatever I think, I'll answer it, but I don't know whether it's right or not.
Yeah.
So might be like actually encryption, decryption is like if there is a message using what to say, a password, some kind of thing, it will decrypt and it will be stored somewhere. So maybe quantum will fasten the process by that. I don't know whether it is correct, but I think this is how it happens.
Yeah, you're close. Yes. Shawan sir, when you are about to answer, please let me know. So
yeah, I think Sriviji answered it. That's what I was also thinking. Is I talked to Sunita also. Sunita said, she doesn't remember, the quantum computing reasons, because at that time quantum computing was still not too ahead, right?
Yeah.
This is some 3 to 4 years ago we are talking about. So she said the same things like Sriviji said. It is about performance, because right now the keys that are used are primary prime numbers. To the prime number, suppose say you want to encrypt something, you use prime numbers. And now because people are hacking, the prime numbers which are being used are like really huge prime numbers that are being used to encrypt. So so that itself was causing a lot of performance issues. The battery was getting used quite a bit. So Sunita worked on a new kind of method called homomorphic encryption. Even for that, I mean, that is definitely, according to her, it's better. But finally, if quantum computing comes, one thing is going to happen is it will make this encryption and decryption faster, and the movement of that encryption and decryption is going to be faster. And the second thing is, obviously, new algorithms will start coming up, because now you have multiple states of multiple states that you can have, right, instead of zeros and ones. So new algorithms will come. The whole encryption industry will change, actually. So maybe the encryption method which we are using will no longer will be considered primitive, probably.
Yes, sir. Very well presented. So to summarize from what Shawan sir said, so suppose say you have 2, 0 or 1 as an option. Like you can have 0, 1 or 1, 0, right? So there is 2 combination, 2 power 1 combinations you have. When we have quantum, what we heard from quantum is like it can have 1 or 0 at the same state. So that brings us so many possibilities, right? So here, the main thing is like why we are concerned about privacy is like if some external person comes in and takes our information. So hackers can perform that try on different passwords like 01 or 10, and will be able to unlock the keys. But when quantum comes into the picture, they don't know what exactly is that thing. Is it 10 or 01? So that brings more security to our system. So I hope you understood, or else you can check up on the video. Shaman sir, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, because we are only 3 minutes, I just want to ask you a question, Nikhil. This is a fantastic, obsession event. Are you planning to, continue this for a long time, or is this like only for 1 or 2 weeks or something like that?
It will be for a long time, sir, but it might not. I'll consider doing it often, but sometimes it might not be very, very regular, but I'll definitely, it will be long time. So this is my answer.
Okay. So what I think is this is going to be a good one, because I mean, all these things will happen in your lives. It is going to happen, right? And there are, if you ask yourself how, why is Topverse, why are so many people excited about Topverse? Because we are doing that why part of it. If you look at the golden circle, people usually get into the what part or how part. Most of them are staying in the what part. Some people get to the how part, very few people get to the why part. And we are at the why part. So that is another thing which you all might want to look at is why, what is, how is Topverse doing, what is Topverse doing, how is Topverse doing it, and why is Topverse doing it? So that is something also you should look at it. And while you're doing why, also think about why you are living, right? That is also something you want to look at. Not just like how you are living, what you are living for, or how you are living for. Why you are living for also might be a good idea to look into. So, because what I'm thinking about one thing is we need to have organized conferences. Like a 3-hour conference or a 1-day conference or a half-a-day conference. These conferences are when you will really learn more. This 1-hour conversation is only a trailer or to give you a taste of it. Even if you do it next week, because 1 week is going to be passed away, you will, you will really not learn much. So, I mean, you'll get, so after, like, if you go for weeks, after 6 months, you will get a little bit of terms.
Yeah.
But if you do a 3-hour conference or a 6-hour conference with several people joining in, Sunita might join in for 20 minutes and give you a talk, or Sai might join in. Even Josh works quite a bit on various ideas. So we have a huge network within our Top network, huge network of people within our Top network who can help us in putting together a conference on quantum computing, or we could even call it Young and Future, Young and Future Conference. And we put them together, then you will learn faster. You will really understand it. So if we can do like, every 3 months, a conference, within a year, you will really learn a lot about quantum computing. So I want you to think about that, Nikhil. I know it is work, but I don't think there is, I don't want you to think like who is going to help you. I don't think, that's like not something you should be thinking. You should be thinking, I will create the conference. And then if people are coming to help you, that's good. But I would like you to think about it, and I will help you, because this is something, these conferences are the way, you learn more. I mean, you went to 2 conferences. Did you not get excited about how much about hydrogen when you went to these conferences?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So instead of thinking about someone helping, going to someone's conference, we create our own conference to help us.
Yeah, definitely.
So think about that. And if you are willing to do this I think you should at least do this Obsession event for about 3 years, probably. Otherwise, it is not going to be that useful. So think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, team, so I would like to end this session. Sorry for taking your extra 2 minutes. So I would like to end today's Obsession with these thoughts. Like, so when we see some new technology, we need not get overwhelmed. We can ask questions to ChatGPT or something like that. Ask, like, suppose you're seeing your mobile phone or using Google Maps. Ask like, will quantum help me? Will AI help me? How will AI help me with this Google Maps thing, or what, something like that. So eventually you get comfortable, and you will, I think that's how you start developing that problem solving eyes. Like, you see a problem and you want to really solve it, and that's how I feel you will know your passion, like what are your interests, and how are things going on and everything. So this is a session which is taking us a dive into what is quantum computing, how is it affecting or will have positive influence on us in future, and everything. So start thinking from these perspectives, and I'm looking forward for the next Obsession, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Nikhil.